Hey y'all, back with another review for Real Housewives of Potomac. Um, they still a little, they creeping on by, it ain't too bad. This episode wasn't too bad. I know a lot of people don't be interested in Karen and her farm storyline, but I mean, I don't mind it. I like the wholesomeness of it. Same with like I talked about the other shows. I like the mix of wholesome and ratchet. I don't think everything needs to be argument, beef, messy, messy, messy. Let's see a little family. Let's see a little wholesomeness. Let's see Karen, doing something with the land that, her ancestors a was slaved on, right? And then ended up purchasing it. Now she's purchasing it for tourism for Surrey County. But we'll get there because we got 2 episodes to get to. Season 8, episode 10. Friendship is a mother. This episode was cute because we saw them do some Mother's Day stuff. So Candace is planning a Mother's Day brunch. We see that at the beginning. So next we see Wendy is interviewing new show producers because she wants to do her YouTube show where she gives politics in a relatable manner, I suppose. I think that's what she does. I haven't really watched it yet. I just said I wanted to watch one episode, but I think they only dropped like 3 or 4 episodes and then, kind of disappeared for now. Maybe they recouping. Maybe they got short seasons. I know how that can go, y'all. Hood Health Report coming back soon, season 4. So she's getting new show producers because the lady that she was originally talking to wanted 50% ownership of her show. And yeah, I can see where that can be a problem. Like, I want you to be a producer. It's not like you brought me this idea. It's not like this is your expertise, this is your subject matter, and you doing all of these things. Like, this is my stuff. I'm gonna pay you to be a producer, but 50% ownership, I can see why she had to get rid of her. Next, we see Karen and her daughter Raven. They go to get tattoos. They get a little G on. I think Karen got hers on her arm, or maybe Karen got hers on her foot. One got the foot, one got the arm, but they got little G's on them for Karen's mom. I think her name was Georgia. And Karen, she's loving that. She's like, I feel like that makes me the cool mom that my daughter wants to go get tattoos with me. I'm a cool mom. I'm a cool mom. Yeah, Karen, you're a cool mom. So they're in the confessional together. It was so cute to see them in the confessional together. But Raven looked so old in her confessional. Like, who was that? I think, what was it? Somebody on here, somebody on YouTube said she looked like a 40-year-old woman in the 1940s. And she really did. That little hair with the bump on the end, that little dress. She just totally looked like a middle-aged woman. While Karen over here looking like a 60-year-old baddie. Not even a 60-year-old baddie. A 45, 50-year-old baddie. So that was just kind of like, what made her go with this look? But anyway, Karen and Raven are going on a lunch date with Giselle and Grace. They want the girls to talk so that Raven can give Grace some tips about college and leaving for college and what to be prepared for, the things of that nature. And apparently they were all in Jack and Jill together. So it seems like even though the girls may not have been friends per se, they were familiar, they were associated, I guess, because Jack and Jill don't let you be divorced, right? So, like, once you get divorced, if you and Jack and Jill, do they kick you out or do they just leave you in because you were married and you were there? I know it's like, prestigious, uppity black people, but I really don't know much about Jack and Jill. All I can tell y'all is when I went to Spelman, everybody was a Jack and Jill kid. Like, 80% of Spelman and Morehouse was Jack and Jill kids. And just the way they kind of discussed it and talked about it, I was like, all right, here is that elitist black persona that what people expected, all Spelman and Morehouse to be, but we ain't all like that. But I digress. They were in Jack and Jill together. They had some cute little pics from when they were younger, um, together, the girls, and that's how Giselle and Karen originally met. So I'm like, that makes sense. That totally checks out. So next we are at Candace's Mother's Day brunch. It's really cute. Wendy couldn't make it because she's having a book launch event. Karen is the first to arrive, but even before Candace, and she is speaking to somebody that partnered with Candace for the event. And like one of the things that they did that we didn't necessarily see, we just heard them talk about it, was get like personally engraved perfume and perfume bottles or whatever. So Karen was talking to the lady, and apparently the lady is under the same perfume house as Karen and her Ladame fragrance. So it was a cute little moment of Karen being like, okay, cool, nice, nice, nice. Next we see everybody arrives, including Sharice. Y'all. Sharice is there and she's talking to Mia. She tells Mia how she saw Jacqueline out and they went to lunch or something together, and Jacqueline cried about Mia, about their friendship. I guess she misses her. She hates how everything went down. But when they later ended up linking up with NECA, I think she said it was at an event. No, she said they went to lunch. Maybe they saw each other at an event and then went to lunch. I can't remember. But when they later ended up being with NECA, they said, well, Sharice told Mia she didn't speak very favorably of you when it came to NECA. And NECA said she was taken aback. She said it was an experience. Like, she was just unloading. Y'all would think that you wouldn't say all this to somebody you just met about your best friend / ex-best friend, but here we are. So she said it carried on for 2 hours. Next said she could have at least paid the bill afterwards. Next we see Sharice is asking Ashley about her love life and if she signed the papers. Like I said, Sharice, you want to talk. At least Michael still communicate with the girl. You was hanging on to a marriage with a man that was states away, and you was just hanging on to your marriage for dear life. So the fact that she's the one that's like asking Ashley all these questions, like, no, she need to stay married to that man, in my opinion. I say this every week, y'all. Why not stay beneficiary number 3 or number 4, whatever you is, because he old and he rich. Just give it some time. So they ask about Wendy, and Candace tells them that she had a book launch event. Ashley says in her confessional, well, maybe she feels a way, and but maybe she feels that it wasn't best to have her mother here with NECA and the whole shrine situation. Ashley said, I would have had my mama all up and through here. She would have been like, now, what you say about this shrine? What you say about this shrine? Just messy. Candace is in her feelings a little bit. She's wondering if Wendy didn't come to her event because of her relationship with NECA. But Wendy already said she had a prior engagement, y'all. Robin is not there because she feels like this wasn't the place, but they are planning to meet later on that week to kind of discuss their issues. They ask, well, when are we all getting together? It hasn't been us all in a while. Karen, you inviting us to Surry County? And everybody like, huh? When are you going to Surry? Karen said, no, y'all are an insurance liability. Y'all get too wild. So I'm just going to draw names out of a bowl, and that's who I'm taking to Surry with me. Y'all ain't finna come tear up my hometown. I was cracking up about that one, pulling names out the fishbowl. This event is, Candace I ain't hating. Candace sings one of her songs, reminds everybody she has real talents and real things to do outside of this show, which I saw on Twitter last night, y'all. She posted a picture with like Quinta Brunson, Victoria Monet. I said, Candace, show them that you out here, okay? While they at home in Potomac, sitting there being mad, being haters, you out here working, networking, all of the things. We love to see it. Next, lastly, we see Robin and Candace meet up at a cute little cafe, tea shop deal to talk about their issues. Candace feels like Robin shouldn't be that mad at her because she only stated her opinion like everyone else, but she want to know what she did to hurt her. Because she feels like, everybody else say what they want to say, but when I say what I want to say, it's a problem. And I kind of agree with Candace. Robin said, "You continuously trashed me by saying that there was more to the story." And just how she was. Why with this? Why doing this? Why shouldn't have been with her? Why shouldn't have been in no laundromat? But like I said, all of the cast has said these things. So her pinpointing Candace is just very much like, it's stupid. She's been very vocal, but Candace is one of the stars of the show, and she has things going on outside of the show. So yes, she's gonna be like first picked for people to want to interview because she has things going on. So I get it. Robin's probably tired of her constantly talking about her in the media, but it's like, baby, I can't help it that I got things going on and people want to talk to me. I can't help it. She says that I'm not throwing my husband under the bus for anyone's entertainment. And I feel you, but you have. You have in the past. So why won't you now? It's like, I get it. Like, ain't nobody gonna just voluntarily like show a pitfall in their marriage like this. But at the same time, don't gleefully talk about somebody else's marital problems or assumed marital problems or rumors about marital problems or taking glee in people getting assaulted and berated. Like, you can't do something and then think that people are not going to respond to your bad behavior. So yeah, I still don't feel no type of way about Robin feeling away because although she started off on Candace's side last season with the whole Giselle and Chris situation, she slowly started tiptoeing over to Giselle's side and had some crazy things to say. And the way she treated Wendy, girl, get what's coming to you. Just get it all. Get it all. Okay, I was looking at how I'm going. So she says her biggest issue with Candace is Candace said that Robin, Giselle, and Ashley were in cahoots to cover up the Juan stuff. She said, "I think you knew that Giselle was gonna malign Chris. Like, I really think you knew that." And I'm with Candace. I can believe it because didn't they do the same thing with Monique to say Monique was cheating on Chris with the trainer? Then they all sit around and have that conversation. So I can believe they all sat around to have that conversation about Candace. I really can. That's not hard to believe at all, especially knowing the type of person that Giselle portrays herself to be on television. So Robin is acting all shocked. Girl, what? And Candace is like, how do you even be friends with a woman like that? And I'm like, if you know she friends with the devil, why you trying to be her friends? She kicking with the devil. Like, if I know you kicking with the devil, I ain't gonna kick it with you like that. Like, I'll, be cordial for the sake of y'all are technically co-workers, but like, really trying to have a friendship with Robin, it would have never been a thing in my world because you live up Giselle's butt. If Giselle says bark, you gonna bark. You might have a little pushback to make it seem like you're not a puppet, but eventually you gonna bark. So yeah, no, that would have never been a friendship that I would try to foster and or save. So She told her, so you should never want to be my friend if you think I lied on your husband. And I agree with Robin on this one. If you think that, I teamed up with the devil to malign your husband and talk about this and all these things, why are you checking on me? Why are you trying to be friends again? I concur. It's so. I hate how everybody tries to run up and be friends with the Green Eyed Bandits. If not one, then all. It is just so tiring. It's really that mean girl mentality where, oh well, they're the popular girls even if they're mean, so let me do what I gotta do to be friends with them. It's so upsetting. And I feel like everybody that has come on this show that wasn't original cast, especially, has ran up behind them. But even original cast Ashley, she, started off beefing with them, exposing them, talking about them, Googling them, to now being up their butt as well. But Mia, Candace tried to be up their butt for a while. Wynn tried to be up their butt for a while. I'm just over it. Let the mean girls be the mean girls. Destroy the plastics. Break up the plastics. What was disband the plastics? Like on Mean Girls. Like, I'm so tired of it. Somebody, please, please. Next is episode 11. I forgot to write down the title, but it don't really matter. We see Wendy and Eddie waking up their oldest. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning. They're doing his little happy birthday thing. I'm guessing that maybe that was the time that he was born. So that's why they was like, okay, well, you know, let's wake him up at 4:27. Eddie crazy boy, crazy, but you double digits now, boy. Wendy said, why are you saying it like a scary movie? And I was wondering the same daggone thing, y'all. Next, we see Ashley and Giselle talking about their athleisure line that they're starting and how they don't wear panties when they working out, but she want to put some type of fabric in there because cooch sweat. Just like, is that not what panties are for? All right, okay, cool. Giselle says, their athleisure line is Lululemon meets Savage Fenty. So it's going to be some sexy workout stuff. From what we saw at that fashion show when the fight happened, it looked a mess. I haven't been on their website to see what it all looks like, but I might go on there to see what it's giving. Not that I'm going to buy anything because I don't like either one of them that much to put money in their pockets unless I see something super cute and super affordable. Highly doubt I'll be buying anything. So, also the irony of the two worst dressed on this franchise selling clothes is hilarious. It's so funny to me because neither one of them dress nicely. And I know it's not hard to mess up athleisure line, but I'm sure they'll find a way. I'm sure there's going to be some ridiculous bow on something or some tacky print that's overdone. We're going to see how it goes, y'all. So, Ashley's talking about how she wants to do this athleisure line because she's trying to be a big girl, basically. She got to make her own money, her show money probably going all to her mama to help her mama out and, taking care of the kids. I think Michael pays for the house. And she still just needs to make her own money. So this is her, stepping out on her thing. She talks about how she's passionate about workout. And we remember from in the earlier seasons, Ashley became licensed to be a yoga instructor. And we always see Ashley doing yoga and everything. So it makes sense. Now, I am not sure how Giselle fits into this because she had nothing to say about why she's doing this athleisure line. It was all Ashley's passion and Ashley wanted to do this. So why she teaming up with Giselle? Completely lost on me. And have we ever seen Giselle even work out to be doing a workout line? Like, Giselle always got on workout clothes, but have we ever seen her work out, y'all? I truly can't recall. Next, we see Karen is sitting talking to her cousin and her aunt about renovations that she's doing on her granny's house that she bought in Surrey County. The auntie gonna say, just don't do nothing freaky with it. She's like, what you mean? Like, I don't want a nudist camp next door. She said, oh, I would never do that. but I might maybe a little weed though. And they make a little joke about, getting the auntie high and all that stuff like that. She talks about how she is not going to invite all of the girls because it's insurance liability. Yeah. She ends up just inviting Candace, Wendy, Giselle, and Ashley. Next, we see Mia invites Robin to a salt sanctuary since they both need to relax. They both been going through some things and they just gonna go chill, connect, relax. Robin says that Karen is obsessed with her because when Karen was showing her something in her phone a few years back, she was scrolling through pictures and Karen went by a picture that she screenshot from social media that was Robin, her parents, and her kids, but no one. I said, in my head, I'm like, that don't mean she's obsessed with you. Now she was probably being messy. And in my head, because the first thing I thought when I saw the picture was, where they at with Juan, ain't it? Juan was out with that girl. Ron was out with his girlfriend while they out here doing family stuff. And that's probably what Karen was saying. Look, they out doing this and no Juan. Where's Juan? Where's Juan? Juan is the Jamal. Well, Juan and Jamal was dating one and the same. But now, Juan ain't got no job. So he done been on danger every episode this season. It's crazy. So Mia tells Robin how, about a year ago she wanted a divorce and she did get a lawyer. And like I said, this is just her setting up, the groundwork to, oh yeah, I left Gordon, now I got this new man. And y'all, Carlos King interviewed the new boyfriend, and he is so stinking in love with Mia. It is hilarious. So apparently, they knew each other in high school, and they were high school sweethearts. And then they moved to Charlotte, and Mia started stripping. He didn't know Mia was stripping. Mia had met Gordon while she was stripping, and Gordon had bought her a car or like signed for a car, put the down payment down on the car. So when the car note comes to the house, it's got Gordon's name on it. And that's when the boyfriend was like, what? Who is this? What is this? And he found out she was stripping. And I think that's what he said is what broke them up, because she didn't even tell him that she was stripping. She went on to marry somebody else, be with somebody else, got divorced, got with G, about to divorce G, and now is back with the boyfriend. And he is, like I said, so in love, so smitten. It was really cute. Next, we see Wendy and Eddie go out to eat Jamaican food, and they both discuss their businesses. Her and her podcast, him and his weed business, Happy Eddie. They haven't really been sleeping at the same time together because one will get in late. So they're talking about how they got to make a conscious effort of spending more time together because they're not used to both being busy at the same time. They usually would, okay, you busy? Well, I'll make sure I have more time for the kids and vice versa. But now they on this show and they got to make sure they have some stuff popping. We got opportunity for extra streams of income. So let's run it. So that's what they doing. But they got to make sure they keep the family balanced as well. Next, we see Karen and Ray go out to eat. They're on a little date for happy hour, and she is complaining about how it's a day date. She's like, oh, you taking me on a day date. You trying to be cheap and get lit in the middle of the day on this day date. No, you can't order from the happy hour menu. Just being extra. And I'm like, Karen, if you don't let that old man do whatever he want to do, if Karen is 60, Ray gotta be like 80 something, y'all. She need to leave him alone and let him do what he want to do. If he want to drink happy hour scotch for the next hour and a half while y'all eating, you better let him order as many happy hour scotches as he want, okay? Leave him alone. So she's talking about, since her little health scare, how she wants to get a trainer with a ponytail. He says, can I pick her out? She said, her? I want a man. I want a man to be my trainer. And she tells Ray about inviting the girls to Surrey County. We'll get to that. Next for the couples, we see NECA and Ike at home, and she is fussing at him because he can't find his work badge. She's telling him, "You ain't gonna find it in all these boxes. Just go to work and tell them you lost it so you can get another one." She is concerned because this is their first time really living together. They've been long distance loving it till now. They would see each other every month, but this is their first time officially living together. So NECA invites Giselle over. And y'all, where was Giselle going? Because why she come over this lady house in this little bitty tight short dress? It was just kind of weird to me. It was just kind of weird to me that she wore it to that lady house like that. I mean, if that's how she's dressed on a regular, I wouldn't think nothing of it, but it was just odd. Next, we see Sharice comes over as well. She's an unexpected guest. Production was like, they over here, they down the street from you at NECA house, go record. But apparently, Sharice and NECA be hanging out. They good girlfriends. Giselle tells them about Karen's invite prior to the group invite because Karen had sent, first she had just invited the four that I said, Candace, Wendy, Giselle, and Ashley. And Giselle ended up saying she wasn't gonna go, and she ended up just opening it up to everybody else. I guess she like, well, if Giselle ain't here, I can afford the rest of y'all because it ain't too much of a liability if Giselle ain't here starting this. Sharice was like, well, I know that I'm not invited. I know who's not on the list. And in the text message, Karen said that she upped her liability insurance so she can invite everybody. But she invites them the day before they're leaving. Robin said, I can't go. I already promised my kids that we're going to have our day tomorrow. And, I'm not dropping everything to come with you to Surrey County. Giselle, she's so frustrated. Giselle is like, I can't be with those girls on a Sprinter. And in my head, I'm like, of course you don't want to be with the dark-skinned girls. Like, my safety, I can't be on a Sprinter with them for my safety. As if either one of them have ever put their hands on you or ever threatened to put their hands on you. Giselle, you're never beating the colorist rumors, my dear. You're never beating them because you go out of your way to show your disdain for Candace and Wendy, and I'm sure it'll just be a matter of time that she does the same thing to NECA because Giselle has a problem with dark-skinned women that she feels are doing better than her if they're not kissing her butt. Over the years, I feel like that's always how it go. Now, if they kissing her butt and they being like, oh, Giselle, I just want to be near you. Suck up your awesomeness. Did you guys check Awesome Shooters? Just talk about your awesomeness. So, I feel like, yeah, that's how she did Monique. It's how she did Candace. It's how she did Wendy. She did them all the same way. So, so in the text message that Karen sent to invite everybody, Wendy said something like, yes, I said I would go, the first time you invited me, so I'm going to say yes again. And Mia was like, oh, I can't get past this first invite, so what am I? Like, the backup? No, I'm straight. I ain't going. And I ain't mad at Wendy. I ain't mad at Mia because don't pick me for no backup, child. Like, girl, get out of here. She ain't going because it's too late to notice, and so is Robin. I ain't mad at them. But that was Karen's way of being like, see, I did invite everybody, knowing good and well she didn't want everybody to come. So they're on the Sprinter to Surrey, and Ashley tells them about G&A, her and Giselle's athleisure line. Wendy and Candace bust out laughing, y'all. They said, is this April Fool's? She basically calls them haters and said that they're bothered by it. I'm like, bro, ain't nobody bothered by that. They stop and get some gas station margaritas, and I'm like, where they get those at? Who got liquor in the gas station? Like, is that not a hazard? How are you? You can't check to see if somebody driving or not. So the fact that y'all still look at the gas station, an open cup, it was like, where they do that at? So them it made them giddy in the mug, y'all. They was so daggone giddy. They was like, "What's in here? This got some THC in it. There's some weed in here." So while they're on the sprinter, NECA invites all the girls over for like a little ladies' night. And I can't remember if it was Candace or Ashley that turned to Wendy and was like, "See, she's trying. Like, you're gonna go? She's trying." And Wendy said, I'm not with it. You know, she missing some steps in here. And I agree because you can't go from talking crazy about my mama to now inviting me to your house. Like, can we at the very least have a one-on-one conversation without all of these ladies around? And the thing about it is, didn't NECA say herself that she should have taken Wendy to the side and had a one-on-one with her? So if you already agree that that's what you should have done, and Wendy is saying, "Yeah, we missing some steps in between this," why are you being combative? It just shows you that she wants to not get along with Wendy. You know what I mean? Because if she said, "Okay, we missing some steps," she could have been like, "You know what? You're right, and I agree. We do need to have a one-on-one. Let's chat it up before then, and you can figure out if you want to go from there." That's all that should have been. But her being all combative and offended by it, I was just like, "See, NECA, this is why I don't like you, and I'm probably not gonna like you." So on this trip, Ashley and Candace are getting along so cute. You like, I really feel like they be, like this when they do get along, because it's been little times where Candace on Watch What Happens Live or something like that be like, "Oh, we actually hung out till 6 in the morning," and it was like, "Well, what if y'all doing till 6 in the morning?" And she was just like, "We'll never talk about it." And I was like, "Okay, it's definitely giving frenemies that F, you know." So they found a little wishbone tree branch and they break it. They say whoever gets the bigger part when they break a wishbone is the winner. That's the person with the good luck. Of course, it was Candace. Of course. And Karen is using the girls for free labor, but she let them know that they was going to be used for free labor. She got them some little matching farm outfits, and they're out there, what they say, pruning the land. They out there moving like all the debris away from the trees, so when the people come to cut the trees down, they ain't got to worry about all of that. They prank Wendy like it's a snake out in the yard, and they showed a little flashback of when they was on vacation, and they put them fake snakes and spiders in Wendy's bed. Silly little fun. So they have lunch afterwards, and of course, NECA and Wendy get to arguing, and it was just so exhausting. Cause like, why are we still arguing? They talk about how they ain't been getting along or something. And NECA was like, "Well, yeah, you cursed at me." Wendy is like, "Excuse me, I didn't curse at you. I cursed like while I was talking. Not like how NECA was like, 'I'm trying to say it if you shut the F up, B.'" That's how she came at Wendy. So yeah, NECA, you came way harder than Wendy did, but you expecting an apology from Wendy or something? It really don't make no sense. It truly don't make no sense, y'all. They arguing, and Wendy got to do all her extraness. "I will not concern myself with somebody who means nothing to me," and whatever she said, all that extraness. And that's how that episode ended, y'all. Um, like I said, the episodes be okay. They be okay. They don't be giving a whole lot. It don't be like, "Ooh, child," did she say, "Ooh, ooh." It just be like, same old, same old. They reaching for their storylines. They arguing just to be arguing. They don't have nothing going on, so they try to create more mess or try to cover this up. It just be exhausting for the most part, but for some reason I'm still here. All right, my God, today. Make sure y'all like, thumbs up the video. Let me know what y'all think about these episodes. I think I'm still gonna stick to just doing these two at a time, because unless I just have the time to do the reviews throughout the week, I think I'm just gonna stick to doing these two at a time. because I only have this and Married to Medicine to do, so I have some more time to where it might can be able to be spread out. But we shall see. Still got to make sure I get, workout scheduling with my job schedule, with my family schedule. So, yeah, all of the things, you guys, all of the grown woman adulting things. So, yeah, again, thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, tell me how you think, and let me know how you feel about the episode, y'all. Bye.